Welcome to M&D's. Today I would like to share with you a little life journey. Growing up in East New York, Brooklyn, 1975. In the vibrant yet turbulent streets of East New York, Brooklyn, the year was 1975. Life was far from easy, especially for a teenager navigating the chaotic urban jungle. At just 14 years old, and the brother to 6 sisters, I found myself amidst a whirlwind of challenges and dangers, trying to carve out a path that would lead to a brighter future. The neighborhood was rife with struggles. The crack epidemic was beginning to rear its ugly head, and heroin was the drug of choice for many. Every corner seemed to harbor a new temptation, a potential downfall. Abandoned buildings loomed over the streets like ghosts of a once thriving community, serving as hideouts for drug dealers and users alike. I constantly had to fight to protect my sisters, to keep them safe from the surrounding environments and gang influences that were the daily culture. I had a lot of battles through those younger years, fighting constantly to survive the pressures around me. I had to constantly stand up to bullies to protect my siblings, so it wasn't unusual to see me with scars and bruises. At only 5 feet 6 inches, I learned pretty well how to defend myself. I did some wrestling and boxing and gained strength by lifting weights constantly to help make up for my lack of size and height. Gang life was an omnipresent shadow. Names like the Savage Skulls, the Sex Boys, and Crazy Homicide struck fear into the hearts of residents. These gangs ruled the streets with an iron fist, and violence was an everyday occurrence. To survive, one had to be constantly vigilant, aware of their surroundings, and wise beyond their years. As I grew in age, I became familiar with most of the gang members. I also grew wise as to what areas to avoid and what color clothes not to wear to avoid being a target. Certain colors represent the gang's symbols. On streets like Essex, I would stay away and avoid as much as possible. This street was run by the Sex Boys, a street gang with bad intentions. I showed them respect, and in return, they showed me respect, for I had made a name for myself not to be messed with. I became somewhat part of the streets, learning every day something new. I learned not to back down when I was in trouble. To fight my way out was a constant thing in my life. Believe me, I had my fair turns of beatdowns. The only difference was, I kept getting back up and going at it again. This helped gain me my respect, so it made my life a little better. Despite the relentless challenges, my mother and father was a beacon of hope and strength. My father worked tirelessly, often juggling multiple jobs to provide for us. My parents' unwavering faith in God was our guiding light. Through their belief in the Almighty, they instilled in us a sense of resilience and hope. My mother's prayers and steadfast devotion created a shield of protection around us, giving us the courage to face each day head on. Being the only son in a household of 6 sisters was not easy, as my father constantly reminded me I was the man of the house when he was not around. He enforced in me with constant reminders that I would have to protect my mother and sisters with my life if needed. As a teenager, I grew up fast, making sure my mother and sisters were protected at all times. This meant me going everywhere with them and not allowing them to wander alone. I would go shopping with my mother, always watching he back to ensure no one snatches her bags. I was a strict brother, not allowing my sister to leave the house. They could only sit at the front of the house, where I kept close watch. Even in the midst of chaos, I found moments of solace. Going to the gym became my refuge, a way to escape the harsh realities of street life. I held on to my dreams tightly. Boxing and weightlifting became my go-to, and I was determined not to let my surroundings define my future. I witnessed a lot of my friends fall victim to drugs, gang violence, and death. The streets became my classroom, and with every lesson I learned, I took one step closer to breaking free from the cycle of poverty and violence. Now, at the age of 63, I look back on those days with a mixture of gratitude and amazement. I marvel at how far I've come, from the streets of East New York to a life filled with purpose and fulfillment. The journey was anything but easy, but it was my parents' faith and God's grace that guided me through the darkest of times. My story is a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and unwavering determination. It serves as a reminder that no matter how tough the circumstances, with courage and belief, you can overcome anything. I hope my journey inspires others to find their strength and light, and to never give up on their dreams. Thank you so much for joining M&D's Because Life Happens YouTube channel. Please subscribe for more inspirational and motivational videos. God bless.